The biggest debate of the millennia. Wars have raged about this. It has torn families apart. Pineapple on pizza? Cats or dogs? Boxers or briefs? No. It's candy corn. Ever since October arrived, the candy corn memes have been flowing throughout the social medias. And regardless of where you stand on this pressing issue, I'm here to tell you that you are candy corn. Hi, I'm Katie, and this is YouTubing with Katie. This channel is about building community, getting inspiration, getting challenged, mindset, just figuring out how to get over our hurdles and what's getting in our way towards being consistent with our YouTube channels, with the things that we believe in, and just growing. Yes, that was very, very eloquent. If this resonates with you, I would love it for you to subscribe. Share this with a person who is in the same boat as you, who's wanting to build community and get that encouragement that they need for their channel. Yeah, all right, let's get back into it. Candy corn! People should either hate you or love you. This is a weird concept, and I've been trying to wrap my mind around it. Dan McPherson has really challenged my thinking about this in being so authentic that I put my truth out there in a way that people love it or hate it. I'm not saying this well. I'm going to let Dan take over for a minute. Here we go.
I get a lot of grief for saying it, but it doesn't change the truth. The fact is that if a certain percentage of people don't strongly dislike, even hate you, then you aren't speaking your authentic truth. What do I mean when I say that if a certain percentage of people don't hate you, you're not speaking your authentic truth? It's pretty simple. We all want to be liked. We all want people to come and give us accolades. And even those who say they don't, there's still a piece of that, right? We want to be able to move our business forward. And we think that in many cases, that's by appealing to everyone. That's not how things work. Are you sharing who you really are, what you really believe? Because some of the things that each of us believe are pretty divisive. Some of the things can't be agreed upon by the majority. Some of the things that are the deepest to us, that are the struggles that we've been through, that are the things that we know to be true and that we know others need to hear, people are just going to disagree with. And if you look at some of the most famous, well-known people who you might respect, who you might think nobody could disagree with them. I think of Brene Brown, which I agree with a huge amount of what she says, and yet a percentage of her audience spew hatred. They spew vitriol at her at all times. And this is true with pretty much everyone that I follow. Wherever you go, there are a certain percentage of haters for those who are well known. Why is that? Because as they get more and more authentic, as they speak more and more of their truth, those who disagree come out of the woodwork, and those who disagree can't really ever seem to keep quiet. When we do start speaking our authentic truth, when we get into it and we talk about the things that we really like, the things that we believe that not everyone believes, the things that are us, the difficult challenges that we've had, there are people who are going to look and go, I disagree. And of those, a certain percentage of them are going to say, I disagree with you and who you are, because that's how the world works. If you're not getting that, and it's uncomfortable to get it, but if you're not getting any haters, you're not getting any people kind of yelling at you in the comments or putting things up, then check yourself and check to see, am I sharing the things that I know are true, that I know people need to hear? And am I sharing them for real, or am I not sharing them? Or maybe even a little bit worse, am I softening them so that they become bland and I end up laying out there a little bit like vanilla roadkill?
Have you ever heard the words vanilla roadkill before? And if you haven't, how does that make you feel? What does that bring to mind for you? It's such a stark mental image. When I went back and I looked through my main channel, and the videos that I actually gained subscribers from were the ones where I took a big step outside of my comfort zone, and I talked about things that I knew wouldn't be agreed on by everyone. It took stepping out of my comfort zone to build those new connections. So when we look at ourselves as candy corn, accept that there are people who will love us and fight for us, and people who will think, well, we're an abomination. I think it's going to make it easier to shuffle off the disappointment of not being liked by everyone and help us to hone in more on our message and who it is that we actually want to reach, who our audience actually is. It's not about being like, what's the word? Contentious or ruffling feathers for no reason. It's not like, what's going to make people angry today? It's identifying your core values and seeing where there is a message burning in your heart, and you know it's true, and you know it's right, and you're passionate about it, to not be scared to put that out there. Editing Katie here. I realized I kind of missed something in my original recording. It's not just a deep and powerful meaning of a message that you hold on to, but it's also just letting your freak flag fly. I can think of two creators off the top of my head, and they're very different, and like one of them is much freakier than the other. But okay, we have Mikara Tours and we have Rachel Maxey. I've actually made a video about Rachel Maxey and how I feel that she really communicates well, and just some tips for how you can see what she's doing and apply it to your creating. But they are so themselves. Mikara is absolutely nuts. She's awesome. She looks like a Barbie in the flesh, and she'll just eat raw eggs, and her videos are just like a million miles an hour of absolute insanity. And Rachel Maxey is so herself it's hard to explain, but they're both creative people. They both sew and do projects. They don't tone themselves down at all. You'll have to check them out to really see what I mean. But this kind of leads me to my next point. Not long ago, I was editing a vlog, and I was enjoying the process. I really was happy about the fact that I managed to slip in a Charlie the Unicorn reference. Like, this is old school internet, and I was laughing. And I was appreciating my humor in ranting about Emma Woodhouse, the very character in a Jane Austen book, Emma, and it has been adapted into many films and things. It was a day in the life kind of vlog, and it was simple. It was following a to-do list, and I enjoyed it. And I was journaling about the day and about that process in the evening, and I realized that it was because I like myself. And that's such a good feeling. I had more of a point, but I lost my train of thought. Let me check my notes. So it hit me that vlogging is a process where you need to separate yourself from yourself, look at it as an observer, and appreciate that person. Like that person. And if you don't like yourself, it's not going to be sustainable. It's going to be it's going to be awful, and you'll quit. You'll give up. I should add that in the editing process, it's not going to be as fresh as it was the first time it happened. It's kind of, I used to be an actor, and it's kind of like comedy. Comedy is hard, a lot harder than drama, because it has to be so specific and tight. The timing has to be right. And in the editing process, it's very similar. Things have to be pretty tight, or a joke can get lost, or a moment can just feel boring. And once you lose people's attention, there goes your retention, because they will click away. There's a million other awesome videos on the internet. So the more specific you are with your editing, the more you're going to start to doubt. Is this even interesting? Is anyone even going to care? And then you're going to get in your head. And I recommend sometimes just taking a day, letting it sit, sleeping on it, coming back to it in the morning and seeing how it feels then. But anyway, that's a side note. But if you're a candy corn, remember that you like candy corn. You have to be on your own side. You have to believe in yourself, pump yourself up, look in the mirror and be like, I like that sexy beast. And if you don't feel that, if you have trouble liking yourself, liking your content, and you need a hype person, let's connect. Let's set up a time to Zoom chat or Facebook video message or something, because I would like to be that for you. I would like to be a coach, hype person, personal encourager, idea bouncer, offer, accountability friend. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. I would love to come alongside you in your journey and discuss that and just chat and see if we could be a good fit to work together. I just really don't want you to look at yourself through the lens of someone who hates candy corn. Because candy corn is delicious, dang it, and you're awesome. Don't you forget it. Boom. Drop the mic.